Friends, my name is Zach Horton. I'm in the Broomall Ward, and I'm one of the youth leaders that's helping us to prepare for Book of Mormon Quest this upcoming summer. And one of the exciting things we'll get to do as part of Quest is not just read some of the stories in the Book of Mormon, but experience them. And so each month, one of us will send you a little something to help you prepare now so that you can have the ultimate experience in the summer. One of the first stories that we encounter in the Book of Mormon is the story of Nephi and his family. And so I want to ask you to consider something. Take a look at this. In Brazil, if you want to pass from a child to an adult, you have to go through a rite of passage. And in this particular tribe, what you do is you stick your hand inside this glove filled with bullet ants. If you want something a little different, this is in Vanuatu, and you climb this 100-foot tall tower. You craft a vine that you yourself measure to be exactly or close to that same length, and then you dive off of the tower, and you can become an adult if your head or your shoulders touch the ground. Lastly, of course, if you lived in Africa and you wanted to become an adult, you would have to hunt a lion and bring that lion back to your tribe to show them that you had passed to adulthood. Now, those are three kind of dramatic stories in other places of the world. We have our own rites of passage here in the West. But the Book of Mormon also hints at some rites of passage, especially in this story with Nephi and his family. I want to just show you something really quick. You may know this story already. When Nephi and his family leave Jerusalem, they're only out there for a brief bit before Father Lehi sends Nephi and his brothers back to Jerusalem to retrieve the plates. These were for them scripture, and it would be important for their family and their posterity for generations to come to have the words of God with them. So, Nephi, early on in the story, before he heads back to Jerusalem, describes himself this way. He says in verse 16, "It came to pass that I, Nephi, being exceedingly young, nevertheless being large in stature, and also having great desires to know the mysteries of God, wherefore I did cry unto the Lord." And he talks about his experience wrestling with what needs to be done. Well, just 2 chapters later, on the other side of the story of them going back to Jerusalem to get the plates, Nephi says this. Notice the similar language. "And now I, Nephi, being a man large in stature, and also having received much strength of the Lord," and he's able to complete his task. Now that word strength, or the phrase strength in the Lord, shows up repeatedly in Nephi's story. He talks about it a lot. 1 Nephi chapter 7. "Came to pass that I prayed unto the Lord, saying, O Lord, according to my faith which is in thee, wilt thou deliver me from the hands of my brethren, yea, even give me strength, that I may burst these bands with which I am bound." 1 Nephi 15, "Came to pass that after I had received strength, I spoke to my brethren, desiring to know of them the cause of their disputations." Verse 17, "Behold, my soul is rent with anguish because of you, and my heart is pained, and I fear lest you shall be cast off forever. Behold, I am full of the Spirit of God, insomuch that my frame has no strength." And then he quotes Isaiah at the very end of 1 Nephi, some of his favorite verses of Scripture. Verse 5, "And now saith the Lord that formed me from the womb." Verse 4, "Then I said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for naught and in vain. Surely my judgment is with the Lord, my work with my God. And now saith the Lord that formed me from the womb, that I should be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my God shall be my strength." One of the things you can do as you prepare for Quest is read some of these stories from 1 Nephi. But as you read, look for things that help Nephi to grow and develop from a child, large in stature, to becoming a man. And as you read those, start thinking about your own self. In a couple of years, you're going to be doing adult things, whether it's a mission or college or career or job, dating, relationships. All of those things are on the near horizon for you. And to have the strength to do them might require some spiritual maturity. So what could you do to develop from a child into a woman or a man large in stature and filled with strength from the Lord.